Merch shop is open! And I have Patreon with tiers and stuff if you wish to support me. Shoutouts to Brad, my biggest patron.
Video time, enjoy!
I saw this on Reddit Horror Stories, so I thought maybe I should become a D&D horror story guy too. How hard can it be? Welcome to Den of the Kobold. Other kobolds hoard shinies while I pretty much do the same. These pictures suck, so I'm gonna use something that's better. Look, it's me! So this is a picture of me in a dungeon. There's no sun, so I have advantage. This is what I look like when I have pack tactics active. The aspiring power gamer must remove the DM out of the leadership role and make him the impartial referee he is meant to be. Gator, what do you think?
Kobold, I think he's a bad player. No way would I want to play with him.
I think he's correct.
Kobold, what?
He got one thing wrong though. It's not the power gamer's job. It's everyone around the table's job to make sure the DM is out of the leadership role and make him the impartial referee.
Kobold, you can't say that on a video.
Let's read the DMG Part 3 Masters of Rules. Dungeons & Dragons isn't a head-to-head competition, but it needs someone who is impartial yet involved in the game to guarantee that everyone at the table plays by the rules. As the player who creates the game world and the adventures that take place within it, the DM is a natural fit to take the referee role. Notice impartial and referee. This power gamer is almost correct. As a referee, the DM acts as a mediator between the rules and the players. A player tells the DM what he or she wants to do, and the DM determines whether it is successful or not, in some cases asking the players to make a die roll, blah 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 blah. You know this. To referee the rules, you need to know them. You don't have to memorize these rules or the player handbook, but you should have a clear idea of their contents so that when a situation requires a ruling, you know where to find the proper reference. Good advice. Like if you're on a computer, you can have these chapters open and press Ctrl F and find what you need to read just in case you forgot the rule. There is something the book itself forgets, and that is the players might actually know the rule, so there might not be a need to look it up. Players can help the referee to speed up the game time. I also think it's not a bad idea for players to also have a hand in the referee role.
But Kobold, that's backseat DMing!
Why would you be against that? This is a good thing. If the player is correct, then we're playing the game correctly, and we can move on. I play at tables who give inspirations for backseat DMing. I love it when players do it to me because I know they're invested in the game and they've done their research themselves. That's a win! The only reason why you would be against backseat DMing is because you want the leadership role or you're insecure about your own DMing. Both of those traits are very bad to have. You need to drop them. This is a cooperative game. Teamwork! Me, this power gamer, and the DMG disagrees with the role of leadership. Nowhere in the DMG does it say the DM has the leadership role. The DM is just an impartial referee.
But Kobold, who has leadership?
Everyone who is participating at this game has leadership. The DM and the players are both part of this team to make sure this adventure survives to its conclusion. To make sure everyone has fun, everyone's opinions, and that means both the DM and the players are valid to shape the game in how they want to play it out. It's a cooperative storytelling, role-playing strategy game.
But Kobold, I don't think you understand. The DM has the most responsibility.
He does, and that should be praised. Absolutely. The DM puts a lot of work into the game. I'm very grateful for that. It makes him the biggest hero at the table, for he helps us all come together in the first place. As a team, it's his job. But to say he's leadership alone is wrong. Everyone shares leadership. This isn't my game or his game. It's our game. Everyone shapes this game. I think you get the point. I actually took this power gamer out of context. Let's read what he actually said. The aspiring power gamer must remove the DM out of the leadership role to make him the impartial referee he is meant to be. That is supported by the DMG. I would change this sentence to the aspiring players. You will make the other players follow your lead and assist you, and they will enjoy process, even though they may not understand what is happening as it's happening. This basically means the other players will become leaders too, to drive the game. This also includes the DM. In the DMG, it says the DM is also a player. Elite level players set the tone. The game is further elevated when there are multiple aspirants at the table. A very competitive and engaging dynamic will develop. While this is a bad picture because it's me with my simulacrum at the gym, I was showing off how powerful casters are compared to marshals. We're going to ignore the elite stuff because it's cringe. This is just regular play behavior. This is straightforward. Every player, including the DM, should really aim for the best game they can imagine every time. Obviously, aim for what is possible though. The system might not support something you have in mind. But the point is, everyone should aim high, and hopefully everyone's experience will be better than the Lord of the Rings movies, which are the best movies in the world. You want this to be a memorable experience you'll remember for years, don't you? It sounds heavy-handed, but performed properly, it's not, and the game will be better and more rewarding for all participants. Sometimes these ideas fall apart like everything really, and that can be anything, but really communication and context is key. Everyone has to use the correct tone, wording for things, and really feel each other around. The words and the pictures this power gamer selected are bait to get you to read. I'd say it's successful. We fell for it. You must master table dynamics and table etiquette. It is fun when you achieve this, but fun is not your ultimate objective. Looking at the picture, the ultimate objective is friendship. They're shaking each other's hands. Yes, I know it's me and my simulacrum. We're friends. Anyways, your fun might be different from their fun, so there needs to be a meeting point. I think it would be super fun if everyone played kobolds with me. Chances of that happening are super low, and if I advocated that, I would just be called a scaly. And I mean, they're not wrong, but the point is, people don't want to do that normally. They have other ideas for their characters, and I respect that, you know? I've made many friendships through this game, and I think about the people I play with more than the stories, the more I actually play. To my friends, I thank you very much for adventuring with me. It means a lot to me. It's a lot of time investment. Anyways, table dynamics and etiquette explains itself. These are good traits to have. You can win at RPGs! Very true. You can play with the same people for months or maybe a year or longer, and at the end of the game, at a positive conclusion, that sounds like a win to me. This horror story video sucked. I ended up agreeing with him instead of shooting him down. I'm never doing this again. Let's dig for more stuff. I still have some time. Oh, look at this. WebDM Jim also agrees with this. Sounds like an engaging way to play and not too far off my preferred style. Macho rhetoric aside, I find it a good description of the most enjoyable players I've DM'd for. They set strong goals, victory conditions, and drive the game through action, allowing me to act as a referee. They also include others, table etiquette, and know how to share the spotlight. And it's possible to be bad at RPGs. A player can be mean about another's choice, be rude, interrupt, deliberately misuse the rules, or create disruptive characters. Playing well with others is a skill like anything, and you can get better at it with practice. And when you have multiple players playing like this, the game transcends fun and becomes something much more satisfying. Fun doesn't begin to do it justice. That last tweet is a little weird, but okay. Well, there you go. That's the video. If you agree with us, then I hope I've earned your subscription. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye!